Hey guys, Scrublord here for another episode of Scrubsouls. In this episode, we're going to be going through the Yhorm dungeon, the Profane Capital, and killing Yhorm the Giant, the second Lord of Cinder that we'll face. First one was the Abyss Watchers, we did quite some time ago. These guys are bait. You haven't guessed, they're trying to get you to not notice that there's something around here. Okay, we're going to be invaded by an NPC here. My temptation sometimes is to run down into the hallway and fight him there so that we can't fall off the cliff. But then again, sometimes he falls off the cliff, so we wouldn't mind that happening either. Cannot be parried. Not that we're parrying in this episode anyway, but he cannot be parried. The weapon that he has is called the Morikamo, and that's been its shtick for the entire whole series, that it's a weapon that can't be parried. Okay, so we managed to take him out. We'll now, I can't remember, I think the handmaiden will now sell us his armor, although that may be related to some ashes that we end up finding and giving to her. But I know you can get his armor and it's considered quite nice. So, our first bonfire here. Go ahead and rest up. Okay, so at this point, from this bonfire, this is the shortcut we're trying to open here. And we'll get to that. I'll show you where it is. There are a few items in here, nothing terribly important. Game throws a few jump scares at you. I believe those screams actually indicate that a zombie has awoken elsewhere. But we're going to meet our first jailer. You see this person over here? He's got a brand in his hand, or her hand. And when they look at you, when you're facing them and they kind of light up and are activated, your actual health bar will go down. And what I don't mean is that you're losing health, you're losing maximum health. And that can be really frustrating, kind of scary when you first meet them. But after a few seconds, it's going to come back. So, you know, they're an enemy that you want to take out as fast as possible. And then just wait for your health to return. We never even gave him a chance to take any of our maximum health off. This is a little bit of a trap here. There's a guy in here who wants to shove you off the ledge. If you grab that fading soul, which is largely worthless anyway, he'll come shove you off the ledge. And there's another guy around the corner here we're going to take out quick. Uh-oh, we got two of them. We didn't want that. Alright, so we took all three of those out. They can be very, very frustrating. Something just woke up somewhere. One of those ladies is right down there. They're gonna drop right on her head. Okay, so we're ready to cross the bridge. We've completely cleared half of the jail here. Probably not necessary. There wasn't that much of interest. There's one of those jailers down there, but we just want to get through that door there, I believe. Yeah. Something hiding in there. Ugly looking dude there who's non-aggressive. I'm not sure if there's any point to killing him or leaving him alive, if it really makes a difference. Here we've got an area with more jailers. Easy peasy Japanesey, right? There's our first one of these enemies. They're actually quite fast. They hit quite hard. But it seems like other than their actual attacks, they aren't very fast. They don't have much of a wind-up, though, when they run out there and hit you. Simple gem. Probably only use if you happen to be looking for the achievement of all weapon infusions. What's this guy doing? This is a later game shortcut that you will not actually use very much. I thought we got a key at some point. This is a little bit of a trap. There's a dude that's going to want to jump out of here at us. Oh, we missed it. That's okay. I usually miss that one. We actually wanted to come down through there. I'm wondering if I missed the key in the shortcut. And I don't know how I would have gone about doing that. But that's the way we want to come. Basic enemies in this area. One of these, see the broken chain facing forward, that means we got a mimic on our hands. We want to beat these guys. Alright. Look at that. That's the shard number 12 for us. So we're going to go ahead and save up there. And move on. This is kind of a mob room. Going to have a bunch of enemies come out in waves. So what we've got here is a sleeping giant. We've dealt with these things before. We're going to deal with this one the same way we did the last one. And that's that. He's out of the way. He will not respawn. So now that he's gone, he's gone. We'll go ahead and save up there. So what we're going to do now is go in here. I better make sure I'm not fat rolling. I'm not. So I can now carry a bow as well as all my stuff. See a crystal bug over here. I'm having whatever he's got. Oh, chunk. These are hard to come by. Soul of a Crestfallen Knight. That's like 10k souls. We're going to go open that shortcut. Take us back to the bonfire. This area feels very long the first time you come through it. And the reason is because there's a lot of pretty frustrating stuff in here. Come on. Did we get them all? No. Didn't think so. Anyways, I just wanted to get rid of those so they aren't following me. Guess I could have put on my silver cat ring for that. And here we got a whole slew of rats. And the worst thing about these rats is they'll actually respawn. But we need to come down here. There's a chunk. Profane flame. We need to talk to Siegward, who's trapped in here. Just go through his dialogue as fast as possible, because we're going to have rats coming at us. I think that's it. Good deal. And we're going to run in here, access an elevator, hopefully without any rats on it. And that will take us back to the beginning of the level. Ta-da! I'm going to go ahead and rest up and go back to the Firelink, and we'll start it from here. Okay, so we're back and we're ready to tackle the second portion of the Irithyll dungeon. We're going to use our shortcut, go back down through the rats, and try to get back up to the sewer system where we killed those rats. There were like 6 of them in a sewer. We need to go that direction. So I'm just going to run through these guys. This stairs over here, which is going to take me to a ladder. There's a chest in the corner. Right over there. That chest is a mimic, and it drops you something you don't even want, like some lightning bolts or something. So it's a complete waste of time, and of course I'm going to have to deal with all those rats as we're going. I'm not very interested in taking a death over something so silly. So this is going to drop us down to where the giant was. This jump also, or this drop was also something. Oh, that's the lightning bolts. Now I don't remember what that mimic drops, but I remember it's something that I was like, oh, that was a waste of time the last time I killed him. Alright, now we gotta deal with these rats again. Rats are engineered to kind of brief you that they're timed out perfectly so that if you try to take a preemptive swing on them, they'll often just kind of arrest your swing. I'm going to do something a little funny here, and I'll explain why. There's a couple big rats in here, and I want to deal with them first. I want an escape route for where I'm about to go. Either that or I'm not even going to go in there. It's actually kind of tempting to skip it. Well, I'll go up there and at least show you. There's a ring I don't particularly want that's up here. And when we activate this, where's the hole? You can hear, oh, there it is. There's a bunch of curse frogs up there, like a lot of them, maybe 6 or more. And I believe when we activate the mimic up here, oh, we had to go up here anyways, now that I think about it, we've got to open this chest. But only this chest. Curse frogs yet? No. So we need that cell key. Oh, yes. Alright. I don't especially want to deal with those guys. It's not that we can't. Let's see if they'll follow me. Just one of them. Alright. That was not what I wanted at all. There are all those frogs hanging around up there. And here comes one. Even so, I don't remember what it is. I think it's the Dark Clutch ring. It's a ring that we're never going to use anyways. So I'm just going to move forward. And I suppose I should go ahead and save up here. Okay, now this room is kind of one of the more infamous rooms. As you can see, we've got a bunch of those jailers. They're all over the place. If we can get them one at a time to come notice us. Okay, so that's that. Not a lot of fun. But it's done with. We shouldn't have to come back through here. I'd be very frustrated if I died to the gargoyle. What we've got here is access to the most difficult boss in the game and a very difficult area. There's actually two bosses in it. But we need a special gesture that we'll get after killing a later boss, and then we'll come and do the gesture here, where we kind of sit down, and that transports us up to that castle up there. This will open a shortcut that I don't find terribly useful until we're ready to go to this particular level. But this opens the door back to the original jail. See, that's where the crystal bug is, so we're on the opposite side, the second side of the jail. There is a mimic up here and another one of those jailers somewhere. It's a mimic chest right there that I don't care about. There's a bunch of monsters in there that I don't care about. There's a woman that sells pyromancies that you can't access yet. She's in there, and I also don't care about her. So basically, we're just going to run through this area if you want to explore it a little bit more and see if there's some items you want. There's a jailer in there. I don't want to get caught by her cursey stuff. And we're going to come out here. And we're going to meet our first gargoyle of the game. You can actually skip this gargoyle by running around him, through him, or baiting him back over here, and then running across the bridge that he's kind of guarding. But they aren't really too difficult, I don't think. No, I hate myself for saying so. Every time I do that, I say, oh, now we're going to die, and we never do, but now we're definitely going to die. Anyways, he's over there. You can see he just flew down there, and we're going to bring him back up to this platform where we've got a little more room to fight him. He will guard himself with his wings, kind of like a shield. Put a wing in front of him and see if we can get him to do it. Wow. Where'd he go? careful locked onto him. See that there? He's using his wing as a shield. I don't want to get locked onto him and then get close to edge, because he'll flip us off, I know. And he's guarding us. Now he's open for attack. Oh, I thought that was it for him. Darn it. Why you gotta be so difficult? Gargoyle Flame Spear. Not sure I've ever tried one of those out. Probably notice I'm a pretty boring guy. I'm basically wearing the same armor and using the same weapon that I was using for the first few levels of the game. I guess I didn't. I went back to farm the Lothric Knight, but I could have had it in the first few levels of the game. Okay. So we are at the Profane Capital now. Undead Bone Shard to upgrade our Estus to +8. That means we've only got 2 left to find in the game. This is Gilligan. He's from Dark Souls 2, and he sells you ladders that help you get down this big well. I guess that's an appropriate place for him to be, in a place with a bunch of ladders. So we're going to save up. I'm going to run back to the Firelink and upgrade our Estus Flask to +8. And possibly purchase a few items, like some moss to cure toxin that we might run into. And we'll go on from here. Okay, so we're back at the Profane Capital here. I went to the Firelink Shrine. The boss is going to be up there over a ladder near the bonfire. But we want to go another way first, because we want to finish up our quest line with Siegward. And he is going to be down this way. You're going to have another... Where are you at, buddy? Alright. Another gargoyle. He's going to jump down. You can fight him if you'd like. Or you can skip him. Watch out for this area. There's holes in the floor. You can see that's kind of a trap. I'm supposed to run at him and fall down the hole into a poison lake. We're going to have to go into that poison lake anyways. Which, well, here, let's get this guy first. Which I suppose I should equip my toxin. This cures poison, but this cures toxicity. And they are different and have been different throughout the games. Doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense, but they're in fact different status ailments. Now we're going to be able to access that poison area that we would have accidentally dropped into a little more at our leisure here. Maybe with a better idea of what we're facing. Guess I didn't need to buy a bunch of those, I just picked them up. And as you can see, there's all those damn bugs are all over the place. So let's go ahead and give them a go. There we go. Curse Bite rank. That's what we want. Okay, now inside this building, over to the front there, there's a drop over there, and I don't remember what it was. I think I'll go over and check it out to make sure it's not important. But we are not going to go into the building. There's actually quite a nice weapon that you can get. I've never really used it. I understand it is nice. Called Eleonora, but you have to kill these just insanely hard. ogre, hand ogre thing. They are weak to bleed, though, so we're in a really good position to kill them, but there's just nothing in there that I really want. And what I would rather do is keep moving here and go rescue Siegward. Okay, so now that we're out of the poison, we'll go ahead and do that and heal up. Go ahead and save up here too. Okay, so we've got a rather difficult enemy up here on the roof, and there's one of those hand ogre things right there, and there's a mimic chest back there too. I don't believe any of that is stuff I need, but we do want to come up here. And this guy. Alright. He's going to drop us Logan's Scroll, which can be given to the sorcerer back in the Firelink Shrine. I believe the spell here is Wrath of the Gods, and there's the mimic chest you can see there. And then there's the hand ogre too. But this is what we want. We want to jump through this door here. This is going to give us our first slab of the game. We can't use it yet because we don't have enough chunks to bring our weapon to +9.
No, I've a duty to fulfill.
So I just waved at him. I didn't intend to do that. And now that we've exhausted his quest line, he should, because we kind of screwed things up in a couple locations, but he should help us kill the boss. I hope he does. It makes the boss fight much easier. Yhorm, the giant, is kind of a gimmick boss. You have to run into the arena and grab a certain weapon that does a lot of damage to him. You can kill him with normal weapons, but it takes literally, I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes if you do it. You're just doing chip damage on him. But then this weapon, if you two-hand it and use your weapon skill, it does this special weapon that does massive damage to him. It's called the Storm Ruler. It's a throwback all the way back to the first game. It was called Demon Souls, and there was a boss in there that you had to kill with the Storm Ruler. And this is a little bit of a trap too. There's actually 2 jailers sitting in this little cubby, and they're gonna come alive and chase me down the hall. So we're not gonna let that happen. Took a little bit of my maximum health, but well, I'm still okay. I believe this is going to net us a key. Yeah, for an earlier part of the level, and we may or may not go open the door that it opens. Okay, so we're back at the Profane Capital bonfire. And that's the Profane Capital. You can see there's a gargoyle guarding that bridge. We want to go down that. The other route is to kind of go down and make it across the other bridge by dropping down. There's a bunch of enemies to avoid there. I tend to find, well, I'll show you what I think is the easiest route, because we're going to go straight for the boss. We're not going to do any fighting here. There's a lot of items, and some of them are probably fairly valuable, but none of them are necessary. Those guys are already shooting fireballs at us. Just gonna put up our shield here. Keep running. I'll grab this here. So you can see in this area you've got a whole bunch of enemies, and there's a gargoyle that's going to drop down. I'm not sure where he's hiding out, but he'll drop down. There's another one on the other side and a bunch more enemies. So, well, let's just talk quick about this fight so that I'm not trying to chat while I'm doing the fight more than necessary. We're going to go in, we're going to try to aggro the boss onto us, so that if we take a few seconds to get the Storm Ruler equipped and ready to go, he doesn't kill Siegward, because he will kill Siegward, and that's it. You aren't going to have Siegward's help then. And I've had that happen before. And the boss is often considered a gimmick and very, very easy, but he's not as easy as people make him out to be. Yes, there's a gimmick to it, but the boss is quite powerful. It's not like he just sits and lets you wind up the power attack on your special weapon. He's quite relentless. He has very good reach. He does lots of damage. It's not a cakewalk, but it's also kind of a gimmick, and we should be able to get through this. So let's just jump down here. We're going to avoid a gargoyle. Fell in behind us. We're going to go into the boss. Hopefully Siegward is going to come in with us. He sure is, and that's the weapon we want. And it's sitting behind the boss.
Yhorm, old friend. Siegward of the Knights of Catalina have come to uphold my promise. Let the sun shine upon this gold cinder.
Okay, so here we go. Siegward, don't get killed here. Come after me. There you go. That's what I wanted. I'll give Siegward a minute to adjust himself. Fortunately, the boss is not coming from us, which will give us a chance to equip the weapon. There's still not fat rolling. It needs to be two-handed, and you need to wind it up with your power attack until it kind of pops. Watch out for this guy. Okay, he's not. There we go. Oh no. Siegward must have killed him for us. That was just super. I'm gonna go ahead and save up there. And let's see what Siegward has to say.
It seems I am in your debt once again. My thanks. I could have not kept my promise without you. Now, for a final toast. To your valor and my old friend Yhorm.
Guess I cut off some of his dialogue there. He gave us a toast.
Well, I'm the only thing to do. You are a true friend. Well, the only thing to do. You are a true friend.
I guess that's the end of it. Someone said he always dies at this point. I guess I've never come back, so I couldn't tell you now that he's fulfilled his duty, apparently. His life just isn't worth living or something. I don't know. At any rate, that's it. We finished this. We've got our second Lord Soul. We need to get one more in order to open up Lothric, and that's what we're going to do next. We're going to go back to the Pond of Sullivan bonfire, and we are going to go through Anorlando, and we're definitely going to play this next area offline because it's the heaviest PvP area in the entire game. We literally would get constant invasions. It would just be an editing nightmare. I'd like to do as much of it as possible, Ember, but there's a very good chance we're going to die anyways, because we're going to try to take on Sullivan's Beast, the dual Sullivan's Beast solo. So we'll probably take a death there anyway, but we're going to go in there offline so that we don't get invaded. So thanks for watching, leave a like, and I'll see you in the next episode.